Hi, it's day 13 of 21 Days with Jesus, and we find in John chapter 13, we find the Lord's Supper, the Last Supper. That evening before Jesus is betrayed, we find out that he wants to spend a quiet meal with his disciples, celebrating Passover. It's a Jewish festival that commemorated when God delivered the Israelites, the Jews, out of Egypt, and they supposed to be having a meal to commemorate that, to remember God's miraculous uh, deliverance of them and brought them out. And so they're spending that time with him, and that's when Jesus instituted what we call the Lord's Supper. But this time that he has together, it's an interesting time. He gathers them together, and it opens up in John chapter 13 with Jesus being a servant. He washes their feet. Nobody else stooped that low, but Jesus did. Jesus humbly served others. And I discover that's a great model of leadership. Leaders are humble enough to serve those they lead. And that's what Jesus surely did. And as you read through here, you find out that Jesus he knows that Judas is going to betray him, and yet he does not point him out or identify him to stop it. He knows this is God's will, and he's going to continue on with it, to be betrayed by Judas, one of his closest. And to me, that would be so hard, to have somebody right by you knowing what they're going to do to hurt you and not trying to stop it. But Jesus, God's will be done. And I find as he begins to explain to his disciples what's going to happen, Peter, confident Peter, thinks he's got his life all wrapped up. He knows what he's going to do. I'll never betray you. I'll never turn from you. I'll fight for you. And Jesus does him, no, you're not. You're going to betray me. And you're going to deny that you ever even knew me. Jesus knows our hearts. We may have confidence, I'll never do that. I'll never stoop that low. But Jesus knows how weak we really are. He already knows the failures we're going to have, and he still loves us in spite of those. That doesn't give us an excuse to just do whatever you want, because Jesus knows my weakness. So you know what? I'm just gonna delve into my weakness. No, he still wants us to do what is right. We discover that Peter came back around and became the pillar of the new church. But you know what? I just think that's so wonderful, that how it starts off with the humble Jesus, that Jesus knew his disciples' hearts even better than they knew themselves, and he was going to stick with them to the end. And that's what he'll do with us. We may not go through this exact period like this. We're not going to experience this kind of stress and persecution and hurt and all these things. But you know what? We're going to go through the ups and downs of following Jesus, and he is still going to take care of us. He still wants to use us in a great and mighty way. And so read through this and be encouraged that just like Peter, God is with you. God will take care of you.